Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmad Nawaz. We've got some major things to discuss regarding sporting activities on the domestic level and both at the international level as well. We're going to be starting off with hockey, of course. National sport indeed. Pakistan has enjoyed probably one of the best times in history as far as hockey is concerned. Then there's been a downfall, but definitely hope is always there to return to glory that Pakistan has enjoyed as well. Regarding that, we know that Petroleum Azadi Hockey Cup 2021 is starting from the 8th of August till the 14th at Ayub Park in Rawalpindi. It's being organized by the MPCL, and we'll be talking about this, that how important is this tournament, because definitely we always talk about Pakistan's performance on the international level, but I think more focus should be given to hockey on grassroots levels and domestic tournaments as well, because we always stress the fact that it's very important for departments to come forward, for corporate entities to come forward and establish sports culture in the country. It cannot be the government, and obviously we know that after the 18th Amendment things have gone pretty tough now for a federation to control things individually. So I think we'll be discussing all about this and the tournament in detail as far as it is concerned. After that, in the second segment of tonight's show, we'll be moving on to cricket, and it's going to be Pakistan up against the West Indies with the fourth and final T20 international to be held tonight at the Guyana Cricket Stadium. And Pakistan is 1-0 up in the series. Very unfortunate that the first and third T20 was washed out due to rain. Play was, of course, abandoned. The second one, of course, Pakistan won by 7 runs, and this fourth one is very important. If we get complete 40 overs of play, that is 20 overs per side, then Pakistan must win this to keep the series, while West Indies must win this to draw the series. Otherwise, if the game does not progress even, Pakistan will take the series 1-0. But more than that, we want to focus on what Pakistan has been able to extract from this series and how well our World Cup combinations are in the making as well. In the final segment of tonight's show, we'll be discussing the inaugural edition of the Kashmir Premier League that begins on the 6th of this month. Excitement is there, the teams, the squads, the management, everybody has reached Muzaffarabad. Just a couple of days more to go until we see some exciting cricket in Kashmir from the beautiful land of Kashmir, and I think a lot has to be said about the KPL, regardless of activities from across the border that try to destabilize this league. The league is still progressing with all its glory. We've got a great game scheduled in which we'll be seeing 6 teams in action and a lot of star players as well that we would be highlighting for this tournament as well. Time now to discuss hockey in our first segment. I am very honored to be joined by our guest tonight at Sports Extra. He's a former national hockey player. He's also been a former team coach of the Army hockey team as well. And he's also been the national hockey team manager as well. And he's definitely going to have a lot to say, because I think it's very important that we discuss the fact that hockey in Pakistan, like I said, needs a lot more focus. And of course, Pakistan Hockey Federation is doing its best, but at the same time, we need to get it as well. He's also the deputy manager of the sports cell of the Mari Petroleum Company Limited. He's none other than Lieutenant Colonel retired Mohsin Ali Saab. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam ji. Thank you very much. Thanks very much for inviting me. My special compliments to PTV World and your complete team for today giving me this honor for highlighting the performance of my company, which is, or I'll say, the contribution of my company, which it is making towards the uplift of the sports in Pakistan, and especially in the field of hockey.
Definitely, sir. And because you mentioned in the field of hockey as well, we've got a report that we'll just go take a look at and then come back and discuss this further with Colonel Saab.
Mari Petroleum Azadi Hockey Cup will be played from 8th of August to 14th of August at Mari Petroleum AstroTurf Hockey Stadium at Ayub Park in Rawalpindi. The tournament will be held under the auspices of Mari Petroleum Sports Department under the supervision of Pakistan Hockey Federation. The top 8 teams from the PHF rankings will participate in this mega domestic event. These include Pakistan Wabda, National Bank, Suez Southern Gas, Pakistan Navy, Mari Petroleum Company Limited, Pakistan Air Force, Punjab and Pakistan Army. The Pakistan Hockey Federation has appointed umpires and technical officials to conduct the event in accordance with the rules of the International Hockey Federation. 1984 Olympic gold medalist, pride of performance Olympian Ayaz Mahmood has been appointed tournament director by PHF, while international technical officers Mohammad Shafiq Bhatti and Mohammad Yasin will be the assistant tournament directors.
Right, that's the report by Asad Nawaz that highlights this tournament in general. But sir, before we move on to the tournament, I want to know the vision of Madi Petroleum as far as sports is concerned, sir.
Right. Madi Petroleum Company is one of the leading oil and gas companies in Pakistan. We are making considerable contribution towards the national exchequer while ensuring the food security of the country. It takes really pride in its professional commitment, and besides that contributes greatly towards community development like education, health, water supply schemes, and social sectors like environment, national cause donations, and of course in the field of sports, which is of a very high priority to my company. How we started off with the hockey. In fact, in 2018, our senior management decided that we must take care of the deploring situation of the hockey in Pakistan. We were the world champions, we were the Olympic gold medalists, we were the winners of the various national and international tournaments. So over the past few decades, past few years, the condition of the hockey has gone very down. So Madi Petroleum, taking the lead from all other oil and gas or the corporate sectors, decided to make its own team. Let me tell you briefly how we started. In the initial stage in 2018, we decided to make our own team. What we did that we conducted different trials at district levels, and we picked up the boys who were aging between less than 20 years of age. On seeing their talent, we decided to groom them in a way that they provide the best replacement or the pool of players to the Pakistan Hockey Federation for their national and international commitment. By the grace of Almighty Allah, so far so good. We are proceeding well within our aim. We are now my about 10 players. They are part of the national junior team camp, which were conducted about a month back in Lahore, and I'm hoping that in a time to come there would be a lot of representation into the national team from Madi Petroleum site.
Sir, definitely, because you've been a hockey player yourself and have definitely been on the field, so you have a greater understanding of the glory that Pakistan has enjoyed. Now, over the years, hockey has also evolved like many other sports in the world. But still, sir, the key element remains the same of producing talent and skill at the grassroots level. So how important will this tournament be, sir, in order to harness that potential that is there on the grassroots levels?
Ahmad, hockey, let me just add on to hockey is my family game. I have produced, my family has 3 Olympian from the from my family. There are 3 Olympians from my family, and so hockey it runs in my blood, and I have been playing, I have been managing and everything. This tournament will go, inshallah, a very long way in a way that the hockey is again liked and played in Pakistan. Madi Petroleum, we have our own international standard infrastructure with a synthetic AstroTurf playing field. We have a very, very picturesque stadium and everything. So I'm positive that all the participating teams will provide them such a conducive environment in which they really produce their talent, they show their skill, and the management or the selection committee of the Pakistan, they have the chance to see the players producing or giving their best in the field. Plus, in Rawalpindi division, the hockey has gone down in a way that there's a very less hockey which is being played in this part of the country. Initially, there was a lot of playing grounds in Rawalpindi, in Attak, in Chakwal, and in Jhelum. But now the hockey has gone down, and there are very less number of clubs which exist now. So this will give the opportunity to the locals to come and see the national best players playing there, and this will help the youth to come and play the hockey as well in their clubs, and subsequently they can come and play in Mari Petroleum stadium as well.
Sir, it's very important that we have training camps, facilities that train these players. But like you mentioned, sir, hockey has been in your blood as well. Once you put these players into a real-time scenario of competitive hockey, that must be the real key of producing players, right, sir?
That's very true. That's very true, Ahmad. This is what it is. In fact, the national sports, the international sport, whatever you see, it's become a complete science. No, initially, now the players, they have to see themselves. The coaches, they have to see what a potential the player have, how to take it out, how to improve it, what are the shortfalls, how to get rid of these. So it's have become a technical sort of a thing, which presently I believe we lack, and rest I am 100% sure that there is no paucity of talent in this country. This hockey is still liked, it is being played around Pakistan, especially the hockey producing or the hockey playing areas. So the only issue is with the infrastructure and the facilities, and the coaching manual is different. Like if it's hockey is being played in like say if it's playing in Chakwal, the coach might not be that competent to really impart the training which is like in line with the national or international standard. So if we have this system in place, I believe that in a very short time we are going to get back into the track, and first we compete at the Asia level and then subsequently at the world level.
Inshallah, sir, that is the hope, and obviously national sport that we've all loved, and certainly it is something that we all need to focus on at the same time. Sir, as a hockey player now, if I may ask you, and I would like to take this question from the bottom of my heart, that we know that the PHF is trying on its level, different departments are trying on their level, but what needs to be done, sir, collectively as a nation, or as probably a government, or on a government level, what can we do more to ensure that we restore and reclaim the lost glory that has been there for Pakistan hockey?
Right. Right. This is a very valid question, I must say. I must appreciate the concern you are showing. It's little hard. It's little. I'll say it's little difficult. But always there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
And the resolve this nation has, the talent exists in our country, the potential we have. I think we need to really regularize our things, monitor our things, and gradually we can climb up the ladder. Just merely talking on the hockey point of view perspective, I would say that we need to have one syllabus for the coaches. That I've already said, that one coach in different places is doing a different thing. When those players, they come at the national level, they have very different technique of doing the things. So now the management and the coaches at national level, they have to correct them and do not have enough time and resource to really train them. So what we need to do is that at the grassroots level, we must introduce such a system which has a unified syllabus for the coaches, and subsequently we give them a lot of resources. Resources in terms of good playing surfaces, good small 5-a-side, 7-a-side astroturfs, and maybe astroturf at a district level where people can come and play. And at that level, there should be some unified coaching system through which the players come up and goes to the division and province and subsequently to the national level. It's time consuming, it requires a lot of resources, but still we have to start from somewhere, and someone has to start it. And this lead what we have taken, that now we are probably among the few departments which have their own playing infrastructure. We have installed our top of the line AstroTurf in our ground. The result is obvious that we have started in 2018 and we started our preparation in 2000, starting our team's practice in 2019. Now we are number 5 in the national ranking in a short span of just 2 years. So another 2 years down the ladder, inshallah, will go up because we have our own facilities. We have coaches are almost the same. Those who have trained, who have picked up the boys, and they are continuing the struggle. And they know the boys, they know their psyche, they know their behavior, how to tell them what to do. So this is what it is. This sort of system can be followed, and I think we are not far away, inshallah, where we can regain our glory in the field of hockey. Yeah.
Right, sir. Inshallah, that is the hope. I'd like to wish the very best of luck to MPCL, to you and your team, sir. It was an honor having you on the show, Colonel Saab.
Ji, thank you very much. Thank you much. I'm privileged. I feel pride that today I have appeared in your program. I have given my view, the overall perspective of my company, and the state of tournament which we are going to hold, inshallah, from 8th to 15th of August.
Inshallah, sir. That is the hope, and definitely it's been an honor having you. And we'll just go towards a short break, but hockey is going to be in action in Rawalpindi's U Park. You can catch the action from 8th of August till the 14th, Independence Day. Of course, it's the Independence Month, so I think no better way to celebrate it with the national sport. All eyes will be there with the MPCL Azadi Cup, and we certainly send out a lot of prayers for its success. We'll just go towards a short break now. When we come back, we'll have more on Sports Extra. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Time now for our cricket segment. We're going to be discussing Pakistan's tour to West Indies with a final T20 international schedule for tonight, hopefully, and we've got our fingers crossed. And boy, do I feel like a weather reporter right now saying that probably rain does not come into play. We're going to be talking about the series in general, Pakistan's performance, although we just had one T20 completely, but definitely the World Cup prospects also up for grabs. We've been joined in studios, first of all, by cricket experts, somebody who has a keen eye, not just on this series, but Pakistan's performance in general, Mr. Ali Abbas. Assalamu alaikum, Ali. Welcome to Sports Extra.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you. We've also been joined by senior sports journalist and anchor, none other than Mr. Abdul Ghaffar bhai. Ghaffar bhai, assalamu alaikum. Welcome.
Walaikum salam, thank you.
Right, first of all, definitely coming to the game itself, Ali Abbas, your thoughts on that. But before that, obviously, from the entire team of Sports Extra and me, congratulations. We heard you got engaged, so that means Sports Extra has worked for you.
Yeah, it has definitely. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to your family and your lovely fiancée as well. That being said, how has the series treated you, although there's been just one T20?
Well, I think the weather has definitely had its say, and this was going to be a really important series building up to the T20 World Cup down the year, and obviously we were all looking forward to it, especially for the West Indies as well, because under Kieran Pollard, they expected that they might be able to finalize their final 11 for the T20 World Cup, and still there's a lot of confusion around. I mean, if you look at what Chris Gayle has to offer, he had a match-winning 67 runs innings against the Australians, but other than that, he has been, I would say, pretty mediocre. So is he even strengthening the side, or is he just in there to make sure that the numbers add up? So there is a lot of confusion in both the camps. And Azam Khan, I mean, he was someone that we were going to bank on in the T20 World Cup, and obviously a concussion is something you cannot take slightly. and he's not a part of the team as well. So there has been a lot of confusion added. I mean, we did add another T20, but with the weather condition and all, I think this is not the best position to be in before the T20 World Cup. And let's just hope we get a few games underway. I mean, the fourth T20 today, let's just hope we have that underway as well, because that is definitely going to help us in understanding what our playing 11 would be down the year.
Definitely. Ghaffar bhai, if we cannot take much from the series, can we at least take the fact that West Indies cricket is a prime example of probably role defining to some extent, where we have been in a problem that we don't know what to expect from our players?
I think we want to talk about that particular T20 series. I think we all three should have the umbrellas in our hand right now. Nothing much to talk about it.
Right, we've got some technical issues there with Ghaffar bhai. Probably rain is not the only thing to worry about. Technology is as well. I'll take the same question to you. Like I said, especially at number 6, we don't know what to expect from a player. Like, because you mentioned Chris Gayle, and I'll take it from there, that Chris Gayle is a prime example that West Indies team management know if he fires, he'll take the game away. But they will still give him consistency even if he fails.
I know, and because obviously, I mean, he is one player who has always shined at the big stage. You look at all of the T20 World Cups, I mean, West Indies is a team that performs well in all of the T20 World Cups. Chris Gayle always had a say in all of those T20 World Cups. So I know they want to carry him along, but it's like they don't have the combination straight. I mean, they managed to restrict Pakistan to 157, and it appeared as if they were just going to fire the Pakistani bowlers away, and yet they ended up around 10 to 11 runs short. So you do feel that they are lacking in some departments, and obviously Chris Gayle is someone who, does he still have it in him to take on the bowlers?
Universal boss, that's what they call him, but he's right, does he have it in him? But you never know with Chris Gayle. Ghaffar bhai, back to you with the same question.
I think, sorry, I missed your question because of that technical issue. Please repeat.
Yes, Ghaffar bhai, I was asking that not much that we had from the series, but like Ali Abbas mentioned a point about Chris Gayle, we're particularly confused about what we want from players. So can we just define roles now for the World Cup and, you know, give them consistency even if they fail? Right, technical issues again. I think, you know, things are tough at Ghaffar bhai's end, and probably
not a good sign before the game.
At our end as well. I'd rather have bad luck on technology than the game, because probably we want a game to progress as well. Once again, Ghaffar bhai, can you hear me now? Right, Ghaffar bhai, right. Last question to you now. Fourth T20, if we get a game on, Pakistan's got to realize West Indies will not let them have it easy.
I know, and I think it's important for Pakistan as well to sort of just try a few fringe players that they want to see before the T20 World Cup. I mean, let's not just focus on winning the series. Let's focus on seeing the mentality of the players we have. I mean, Mohammad Wasim Jr. is someone we bought into the team. So just give them a go, because we don't have a lot of games before the T20 World Cup. So it's important not to focus on the series win, but to focus on what we have later on down the year. So yeah, it's going to be a really important game, and I hope we just manage our selections really well.